You have a fear of dying in a plane crash? Let me help ease your mind. You've 1 in 11 million chance of dying in a plane crash. Die from food poisoning, you have a 1 in 3 million chance. To die from a ladder, you have 1 in 2.3 million chance. If you're scared of flying, you might as well be scared of going to bed at night, because to fall off your bed and die, you have 1 in 2 million chance. To drown in your bathtub and die, that's 1 in 685,000 chance. And the last and final thing, to die from a lightning strike is 1 in 130,000. So I would take your odds with flying. Here are the 5 things I absolutely love about being an airline pilot. 1 is no day is ever the same, whether that's weather, aircraft maintenance, unruly passengers, you name it, the days are never the same. 2, kind of corny, but the love for aviation. Aviation still puts a smile on my face each and every single day, and I can't imagine doing anything else. 3, this is a good one, flight benefits. Let me tell you, flying anywhere you want, basically at any time for basically free, sounds pretty dang good to me. 4, the time off that you get with being an airline pilot and also the pay, it's pretty good. 5, getting to explore new cities while at work, that sounds pretty cool to me. So this is a really tricky question, and I get it all the time because it's all over the board. But like a new hire regional pilot can make $50,000, $60,000 a year and then top out around $100,000 a year on the regional side once you upgrade to captain. And then you could go to major airlines and maybe on the lower end around $75,000, $80,000 a year. At the absolute bottom, sky's the limit, really. If people want to fly as much as possible and pick up all this premium time and a half, there's some cargo pilots and wide body captains that make $700,000, $800,000+ a year. But if you're a normal line flying captain, you can expect to make maybe $200,000, $300,000 a year. 5 things you might not have known about airline pilots here in the United States. Number 1 is we actually don't get paid until that boarding door is closed. So all that sitting around the airport, commuting, whatever it might be, for the most part, we're not getting paid until that door is closed. Number 2 is a lot of pilots actually commute to work on an airplane. Number 3 is a lot of pilots come out of school with over 6 figures in debt. It can definitely be an expensive career to get into. Number 4 is pilots here in the United States aren't actually allowed to have facial hair. I just have been off for a few days. Some companies allow mustaches, but that's just not a thing for me. And number 5 is I really couldn't think of anything else other than pilots are kind of stubborn. Many of you asked how I became an airline captain at just 26 years old, and this is how I did it. I attended Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. While getting a 4-year degree and a bachelor's of aeronautical science, I also got all my licenses and ratings, which also qualified me for a restricted APP, which basically allows me to go to the airlines with 500 hours less than everyone else who didn't go to a university like Embry-Riddle. So once I was at the airlines as a first officer, I flew as much as I possibly could. I qualified for the minimum 1,000 hours at the airlines to upgrade to captain, and then boom, here I am.